Hi all, morning. So yesterday we have discussed, uh, so yesterday we have discussed this constraints and correlated query as well. Okay. Have we discussed alter today yesterday?
No. No.
Yeah, not. Oh, we are not discussed. Fine. We'll start today. Oh yeah, I started with this, but then I started discussing these keys. Right. Okay. We'll discuss alter. All these topics are pending. Okay. So I will try to cover whatever we can cover today. Else, I will take one more special class, maybe on weekend, and then we'll cover it. Okay. So let's start with alter. So, sorry.
Sir, so today is the last
Uh,
class, but you told that the last class will be on 28th, right?
28
Mm-hmm.
to 0.
28.
No, I have told like today will be the last class. 26.
Okay.
I told like officially 21st should be your last class,
Hmm.
but then I told I will take 2 or 3 extra classes.
Hmm.
And if any topic is pending,
Hmm.
okay. So I think we'll be able to cover most of the topics today, but I know like few of the topics will be pending. So I will cover then on the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, same time.
Okay, sir.
Hope that is fine.
Yes, sir.
But I know like many of you have not worked on the assignment. So please work on the assignments, and then we have alumni group. You can post your questions there. Okay, you can post your questions on my personal windows directly, but I will recommend to post in the alumni group. Okay, and I will share my solutions there. But if any question like it needs a discussion, we can share ad hoc session and we can discuss. So course is over. Once course will be over, but I know you will learn a lot of things while you work on assignment. So keep on practicing questions and you can ask questions. Okay. And
Okay.
I think you guys will be saying like in the alumni group, folks they're asking questions, they're interacting. Okay. Fine then. Uh, okay, so our start alter keyword. So I have told yesterday this from this alter keyword you will not get any question in the interview. Okay, and this is not used by a data analyst, business analyst, Power BI developer, ETL tester. Okay, this is used only by data engineer or SQL developer or ETL developer. Okay, now if you remember when I was teaching you delete, drop, and truncate, there I have mentioned about DDL. DDL stands for data definition language. Okay, data definition language. Data definition language means those keywords which have the power or which have the ability to define a structure of a table or to modify the structure, not data. I'm telling a structure. Those are considered in the bucket of DDL. Like the first example is create. Create is the DDL keyword. Okay. Because with the help of create, you can create a table. You can give a structure to this. You can define a table. Hope it is clear. So create comes under the bucket of DDL. Then your drop. Drop is also under the bucket of DDL. When I was teaching you delete, drop, truncate, I have told you why. Because drop modifies the structure. It will delete the structure, right? So it is modifying the structure. So drop also comes in the bucket of DDL. Then truncate. bucket of DDL. Then you have alter. It is also considered under the bucket of DDL. So these four keywords are considered under the bucket of DDL. So we'll discuss alter today. So alter has the power to modify the structure. Like suppose this is a table, employee table. Okay, I'm creating it. Let me show. See, table has been created. If you want to see the structure of this, like we used to write described employee. This is the structure, correct? We have employee ID, first name, last name column. Okay. Now, why it is written as not null in front of employee ID? Because you have marked this employee ID as a primary key. And yesterday we have discussed that if a column is marked as a primary key, it cannot accept duplicate and it cannot accept null, right? So that is why it is mentioned here not null. It means this employee ID column will not accept null values. But in front of first name, we have not written anything. It means this first name column, it can accept null. But again, in last name, we can say it is written as not null. It means this last name will not accept null values. That's why it is written here, not null. So if you want, let me show you. Insert into employee value. I'm trying to insert this record. This record is inserted successfully, correct? Okay. Now, suppose I'm keeping last name as null. Okay. Last name as null. I'm trying to insert this. It is not accepting, right? Cannot insert null into employee table and last name column, which means in this employee table, in this last name column, you cannot insert null. Why? Because here you have written not null. While defining this table, you have clearly mentioned that you will not accept null values. Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, suppose the requirement has changed. Okay. Your manager is telling if someone is trying to insert null in this last name, you should accept it. The requirement has changed. So then with the help of this alter command, I'll show you. Alter table employee. I'm telling SQL engine that I want to alter this employee table. Modify. What you want to modify here? I want to modify last name column, right? Null. It means I'm telling SQL engine that I want to alter this employee table. In this employee table, I want to modify last name column. What you want to modify? Last name. And now I want this to accept null values. Now see, I'm running this. Table altered. Now check the structure of this table. Last name, There's no such constraint of not null, right? It is removed. So that is what I want to highlight. This alter command, with the help of this, you can change the constraint or the structure of a table. Earlier, this last name was not accepting null value. Now, see, I will run this insert a statement. You see, it has accepted null. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, with the help of alter, I have shown you that you can change the structure, the constraint, the rules and regulations of a table. But you will not get any question in the interview based on this. Okay. And even this is not used much in the project. Then similarly, we have this one. Next, I will share all this segment with you. So here, alter table employee. We are telling you I want to alter the table employee. Which column you want to modify? First name I want to modify. And this is not. Why I've written not null here? Any idea? Anyone?
Because in the original query, it was accepting null value, but using table we are telling to
Good,
will be accept.
good. So here, first name can accept null values, right? But if I'm writing here first name not null, it means I'm telling it to not to accept null value. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
with the help of alter means so far I have shown you if a column is null, you can mark it not null. If it is not null, you can mark it as null. Okay. Now the next is alter table employee drop primary key. So here you see when I have designed this table, I have marked that this employee ID column will be a primary key, right? Okay. It means automatically if you will mark a column as a primary key, and employee ID is a primary key. See, if I will try to insert duplicate value, tell me why it is throwing error message. Any idea?
Because primarily you don't accept duplicate and null value.
Because employee ID column, I have marked this column as a primary key here, right?
Hmm.
And yesterday we have discussed that if a column is primary key, it will not accept duplicate value, correct? We have discussed yesterday, you know. So now here you could see already we have a record with ID2. Now you are trying to insert a record with ID2 again. That is why engine is telling unique constraint you are violating. It will not accept. How is it possible? Because just we have mentioned this employee ID as a primary. Or suppose if I will mark null here, do you think it will accept null?
No.
It will not accept null, right? It is not accepting null. So if you will mark a column as a primary key, it will not accept null, it will not accept duplicate. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, but when I will execute this statement, alter table employee drop primary. So here it means I'm trying to change the employee table structure and I'm dropping the primary. Dropping primary key means now in this employee table, I don't want any column to be primary key. And this can be your interview question as well. So in a table, it is not mandatory. I repeat, in a table, it is not mandatory that you will be having a primary key. If you want, you can keep a primary key. If you don't want, that is fine. But it is strongly recommended that you should have a primary key in a table. Okay, so you see table altered. Okay, now see, now I'm trying to insert this record. Sorry, this null value in the employee ID column. Now see, it has accepted. Why? Why?
Because employee
This
ID.
employee ID you have null. Yeah.
Because employee ID is no longer a primary key.
Good. Now employee ID column is no more a primary key, right? And that is why it is accepting null values. So here, this is what I want to highlight, that with the help of alter command, even you can drop a primary key from a table to see how powerful this alter keyword is. Okay. Similarly, you have all these examples. I will share this, you can try. So here this, I'm trying to alter the employee table and I'm adding a new primary. I'm telling that I want first name column to be a primary. So for that, you have to write add constant pk underscore employee. It means in employee table, you are trying to add a primary key, which is the first name. Okay. Generally, it happens in a table. You have created a table, you have assigned constraints, primary key. But after 1 or 2 months, after any point of time, the client will tell that no, we want to change it. Then accordingly, you have to change the table structure. Here in the next example, I'm showing you that how two-column combination. If you remember yesterday, I have taught you composite primary key, right? So here, two-column combination I'm making as a primary key. So with the help of this alter table employee, you can make two-column combination as a primary key. Okay. Then here I'm highlighting that I want to add a new column. So in this employee table, you see you don't have date of birth, right? So with the help of this, I'm telling SQL engine that in this employee table, I want to add a new column, which is date of birth, and its data type is date. Okay. It means you can add a new column as well. And here you see, I want to change the table name. Suppose if it is employee. Okay. I can change this to employee details. So even you can change the table name, or you can change the column name as well. So these all things you can perform with the help of alter keyword. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
This was simple, and but not used frequently. In throughout my career, I have hardly used it once or twice. Okay, so this was alter keyword.
So
Yeah. So hope it is clear.
just Tanvi, just to add, there's one very good usage of this alter. Like, I use it almost daily.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell me.
So like, when we have to switch the schemas, when we are testing in SIT or in prod or, running your SQLs, then you need
Then
to
you are
write
using
like
it.
schema dot table name and all. So we can simply say alter session, set current schema equal to this or that, and then don't need to write the schema again and again.
You're right. So what Mahesh is telling, like when you're working in project, and suppose if you're working in multiple environments, like you're working in sit environment, UAT environment, you're working in different environments. So in that case, we have to change the server or the schema. Okay. So in that case, with the help of alter, also we can change it. Okay. But that is also fine. I agree. This is we do this. But my recommendation is like when I work, how I used to do is I will open a session here for state environment. I will open one more session for UAT environment. Okay. What Mahesh is telling, that is also right. In the same tab, you can switch from one schema to another schema just by altering the session so that you can compare your results as well. Okay. Thanks for the adding, Mahesh. Fine. So now, which one shall I start? Recursive CTE or pivot? These things are simple. Let's start with recursive CTE. Okay. Oh, level is also pending. Let me complete level. Are you understanding, guys? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Request everyone to, to be in touch with SQL. At least practice, at least the last level. At least practice one question on daily basis. Otherwise, you will forget whatever I have taught. I will strongly recommend to please work on the assignment questions. If you have completed, please try again. We have solved by one method, try to solve by more than one method. Then work on my LinkedIn question. This is more than enough. Then you don't have to go anywhere. Okay, now I will teach you level, but this level I will planning to remove it from the course because again it is not used much because you have many other alternatives for this. Okay, let me tell you what is this level. I have written from dual. Okay, dual is a dummy table provided in Oracle. Oracle provides a dual dummy table. It is an inbuilt table of Oracle. Like suppose I will show you. Select start from dual. This is a dummy table. You can perform some operations here. Like suppose I want to write 187, 89 something from dual. It can do some calculations for you. Okay. Even if you want to multiply something, you can do here. This dual table, but this is present only in Oracle, not in other databases. Okay. If I've written here select level, means I'm telling engine that I want level column from dual, connect by level less than equal to 1. So this will give me the output as 1. That's all. This is level. If you write 4, so less than equal to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Check the output. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will just create a sequence. Now tell me it is similar to which keyword? Row number?
Yes.
Many times you have to generate level. So you can do it, you can write this query that will generate the sequence. I've written connect by level less than equal to 8. It will generate sequence from 1 till 8. Okay. In few cases it is useful, but it is not applicable on all databases. Okay. So that is why I recommend students instead of this, they can use a row number because row number is applicable in all the databases. Okay, so that's all. This is about level. It will generate the number, whatever you want. You just give the value here, it will generate. Suppose if you will write here 15, it will automatically generate sequence to 15. You can verify them. Okay. Fine then, guys. So I want to discuss now recursive CTE. This is little bit confusing. So I will recommend, let's take this example. One ID from customers. Will I start recursive CTE?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is little bit confusing. Okay. And I will give you the introduction today. But a long back, I have taken dedicated session in the alumni group, like 3-4 classes we have taken. I will share that recording as well. Okay. So you can refer that as well. Fine. But let's try to understand what is recursive CTE. So far, we have studied CTE. CTE stands for Common Table Expression. Let me write it here. So recursive CTE is very much similar to CTE only. Okay. Functionality wise, it is a little bit different. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, so here we have select the star. This is customer table. We have this record. Okay, just one record I have kept now. I will show you a few more examples with multiple records. Okay. So far clear? So we have this customers table. This customers table, we have these two columns and we have this record. Okay. Now, if I'm writing one as ID from customers, or else let me write here, select ID from customers. Okay. So if I will execute line number 33, so I will execute this query. Let me keep it here. This is the query. Let me run this. But then those customer ID Stop. Okay, so in this customer's table, we have ID 1. I'm executing this query, and this is the output. We'll tell you what is the benefit and all those things of this query. Okay, this is the output. We'll try to understand. You might be thinking in that customer's table, you're having ID 1 only, right? Then how you got in the output 1, 2, 3? You try to understand. First of all, engine will execute this query. This one, select ID from customers. Okay. This first query is known as anchor query. This is known as anchor query. Which one? This one. Okay. Now, when this query will be executed, what will be the output?
One ID 1.
ID 1, right? Because in customers table, you have ID 1 only. So ID 1 will be the output. We have to understand it. Listen very carefully. This is complicated. I will execute this. Output is ID 1. All right. Okay. So the output of this query, which is nothing but ID 1, will be stored here. Is this clear? So whatever will be the output of this anchor query, that will be stored here. So in this ID column, this one will be stored. Is this clear?
Yes.
So if I will ask you that in this CT table, in this ID column, what you have currently?
1.
1.
Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Three question. Repeat what I have told. First of all, engine will execute this query. So the output of this query will be 1. Whatever it may be, 1, 2, 10, 100, 1 lakh, whatever it may be. That will be saved in this CT table and in this ID column. What is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Then I have written here union all. So please ignore this for the time. Okay. Why this is union all? Ignore it. We'll discuss it down the line. We'll discuss it down the line. Okay. Then let's discuss the next query. Okay. Please stop me and then and there if you think it is not clear. Okay. Now this query will be executed. This query is known as recursive query. Okay. Second query is known as recursive query. Right. This one. In this query, which keyword? Okay, 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. In this query, which keyword you will execute first?
From.
From CT. From CT means you are referring the CT table, right?
Yes, sir.
So currently, this is the CTE table.
Yes, sir.
It is clear, right?
Yes.
After from which keyword?
From
After from which keyword, guys? Where, right?
Where?
Where?
Is the task of where to apply filter. So I have written where ID less than 3. Is this ID less than 3?
Yes.
Is
Yes, sir.
condition is true or false?
True.
Condition is true. So in SQL, if the condition is true, then you will go to select clause, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is what we used to do, right? In select, what we have written?
ID plus 1.
ID plus 1. It means we are telling SQL engine that whatever the value of ID is present here, increment this by 1. So what will be the new value?
2.
2.
2. So the new value will be 2. And this 2 new value will be again saved in the same ID. And that is why I've written here. So don't think that the previous value will be updated by 2. No, previous value will be there as it is. This ID plus 1 will create a new value which is 2, and you will get 2 here. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I repeat, is this clear so far?
yes, sir.
So now in CT table, what values you have?
1 and
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Out of this 1 and 2, if I will ask you, what is the current value? What is the current value in this CT table? 1 is current or 2 is current? Current means which you have inserted right now.
2.
2.
Okay. 2 is the current value, right? So far clear?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Now, this query, recursive query, this one, this was passed for the previous condition ID less than 3, right? Then again, engine will execute the same query. Again, the same query will be executed. So again, you will refer from CT. It means this table, right? Then where ID less than 3. Is ID less than 3? Now tell me which ID, this 1 or 2, which one you will refer to check this condition less than
2.
2, because this is the current value. So now I will check ID less than 3 or this current value 2, not for the old value. So is 2 less than 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Condition is true. If condition is true, what you will do?
That
Plus 1.
Select, right? In select, what you are doing here? ID plus 1. You are incrementing the ID. So what will be the new value of ID?
3.
3.
2 plus 1, 3. So now what is the current value of ID here?
3.
3.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Is this clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, so far, this recursive query, how many times you have executed?
3 times.
2 times, no?
Yeah, 2 times.
2 times, right? So this is the beauty of this recursive query, that the same query you can execute multiple times. And this is the first time, or this is the only use case in the entire SQL where the same query is getting executed again and again, again and again. If you want, you recollect whatever we have discussed so far. Nowhere you will see the same query will be executed again. This is the only once in the entire SQL, same query you're executing again and again. And that's why the name is recursive. Now, again, this query will be executed from CTE. So this is CTE. Then you will check the condition ID less than 3. Do you think ID is less than 3 here?
No.
No. This 1 is less than 3, no? 2 is less than 3, right?
Yes.
But we will check for the current value, no?
Good, 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 perfect. We have to check for the current value. What is the current value here?
3.
3. Don't check for the previous values. Current value is 3. Do you think now this condition is true?
No.
No, sir.
No, this is false. If this condition is false, engine will break this loop. It will come outside. Now outside what we have written, select distinct ID from CT. So in CT tables, what all IDs you have? 1, 2, 3. That's the output is 1, 2, and 3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now the beauty of this recursive CT, listen again. The only benefit is this recursive query will be executed again and again, again and again, again and again, until and unless the condition what you will write here is valid. And this is the first time it is happening in the entire SQL. You can recollect, you can think whatever we have discussed so far. Okay. Now I have a question here. What a special thing I have written in this recursive query so that engine is executing this again and again. What is the reason? Are you understanding my question?
Yes, sir.
I think so. We are creating a loop here.
Oh, you're
We-
right, correct. Perfect. We're creating loop, but how we are creating loop?
With union all?
No, union all is just adding the values. Like from the anchor query, you got 1, right? Then from this recursive query, you got 2. So this union all is responsible that all the values are getting a stack 1/1. Okay. So this all the values are getting collected here because of union all. So my question is why this recursive query engine is executing again and again? What a special thing I have written here. What is going in loop?
+1.
ID plus 1.
So we are
No.
taking one
because-
column and then creating a loop with the help of that column. I think so.
Because we are using CT inside the CT.
Good, good, good. Perfect. Perfect. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Ah. Let me take some example. Suppose I will take some dummy example I'm taking. Okay. Suppose now let's go back to the world of CT only. Okay. Generally, when I have taught you CT, what I used to write, select star from letters columns, right? We get some value. We'll keep this CT. Something like this I used to write in a CT, right?
Yes, sir.
No.
Hmm.
I have told you guys that you can write a query. I have taken a simple query here, but here you can write anything. And this query output we are keeping in a CT table. And that CT table we are calling here. This is what I have told you, the basics of CT, right? But throughout in CT, whatever I have taught, you will never see or you will never observe that the CT1 which I am creating, I'll be using this outside this CT. You see, I'm using it here. It is outside this, right? Correct. But here in this recursive CT, you see, I'm constructing this CT. At the same time, within this, I'm using it. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Constructing this CT, and within this, you see, within this bracket, I'm using it. So it is like you're constructing your house, and it is still under construction, right? And you went and you are staying there. You are using your house. Generally, what happens? You will complete the construction and then you will stay there. That is what it happens in this normal city. You are constructing the queries. Once the query is ready, then you will use it outside, right? Correct. So this happens in normal city. Within this, I will never refer. Suppose if I will write here from CT1. So I'm constructing this CT1, and within this, if I'm referring this, check the output. It is throwing error message. Just saying recursive with clause must have column and error. Just throwing error message. This is not allowed in normal city. Okay. But here, what I'm doing, I'm constructing this city, and within this, I'm utilizing its output. So whatever it has, I'm utilizing it, and I'm again adding some value to this. That is why from this engine will understand that okay, Tanvir wants to refer this table again, and that is why this is going in a loop. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Very important concept, and very few candidates they know what is recursive CTE. You're working in office, you check with your colleagues how many of them know recursive CTE. Okay, is
So,
this clear so far?
sir, can you repeat the last part? Only the last part.
No, sure. I was explaining that what is the special here that this recursive query, this recursive query, it is getting executed again and again. The reason is in this recursive query, which table we are referring?
ID table. Sorry,
Oh, CT, no.
CT table, yes.
CT table, right? We are referring CT table. So here the catch is we are defining this CT table, right? Within bracket, whatever I have written, it means we are defining this CT table. And within this, we are referring this as well, CT. From CT, we are trying to pick the value. So we are referring this as well. So that is why this goes into a loop until and unless this condition is true. You see, you are creating this CT table. You are written with CT. You are creating this table. Now within this, again in this query, you are referring this. Correct. So you're creating this table and you're referring the same table again.
Hmm.
That is why this recursive query will go in a loop and it will keep on executing this until and unless this condition is true. Is
Got
this
it,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
It is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Basic idea of recursive CTE is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I ask one question? Okay. Instead of this, if I will write greater than equal, then what will be the output? Okay, in this query, which query will be executed first? Anchor query.
Anchor query.
What will be the output of this anchor query?
ID 1.
ID 1, 2, 3.
ID 1. 1 to 3. No. Select ID from customers. Okay. Customers, what ID you have? One. You have
1.
only ID 1, no?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So the output of this anchor query will be 1, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Anchor query is over. No, engine will go to this recursive query. In this recursive query, which keyword you will execute from?
From.
From. From CTE. From CTE means select ID from customers. Anchor query you executed, you got the output 1. So where this 1 will be saved?
In CTE.
In CT. So currently in CT table, what you have?
ID 1.
ID 1.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So whatever will be the output of this anchor query. For the case of simplicity, I have, for the sake of simplicity, I have taken here only 1 record. Okay. But here in this customers table, you can have millions of records. So all those millions record will be stored or saved in this CT table. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Now then engine will execute the recursive query. From CT will be executed, right? So this is CT table. Now what is the condition here? Where ID greater than equal to 1. Is the condition true? Is this greater than or equal to 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So if it is true, then what will happen?
Select. Mm,
We'll execute this select ID plus 1.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what will be the new value of this ID column? 1 plus 1,
2.
2. Now here, what is the current value?
2.
This is very important, guys. Recursive CTE always works on the current value. Now, is this condition true? Yes. Then again, this query will be executed. So again, from CT. So now in CT, you have 2 records, 1 and 2, right? Now we will check the condition ID greater than 1. Which record you will check? 1 or 2?
2.
2, because this is the current value. Do you think 2 is greater than equal to 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then it will execute ID plus 1. So what will be the new value of ID?
3.
3. Now in this CT, what is the current value?
3.
3. It is clear so far.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you think again this query will be executed?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. So again from CT. So this is CT. ID greater than equal to 1. Which ID? 1
3.
or 2 or 3? Which one? 3.
3.
Is this 3 greater than equal to 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this select ID plus 1. What will be the new value of ID?
4.
Oh. What is the current value here?
4.
Oh. So again, this query will be executed
Yes, sir.
from CT. So this is your CT. Condition is ID greater than equal to 1. Which ID?
4.
Or is this 4 greater than equal to 1?
Yes.
Yes. So you will execute ID plus 1.
Hmm.
It will be 5 now. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me where this will stop.
It will never stop.
It will never stop, right?
Hmm.
Now the next value will be 6. Then 6 is greater than equal to 1. Then you will increment it. It will become 7. If I will execute this query, what will be the output? Do you think you will get infinite loop?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Check it out. It's running. You think it is and but will give some output. But hope you understood this.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Let me check what output you see. Active time limit exceeded, call aborted. Because it is going in an infinite. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me try to run again. Sometime it will give the output as infinite cycle reached. Okay, something like. So be careful while using this recursive CTE and be careful with the condition here. Okay. Now, when I have given here less than 3, okay, and when I executed this query, 1, let me stop. Now, when I'm executing this query, I'm getting output 1 to 3, right? I used to ask questions based on this when I take interview. Today as well, I have to take one interview for the ETL job profile. So, means yesterday I got one resume. Okay, my HR shared that with me. That this is the resume. Many times you have caliber, but you might be thinking that why my resume is getting rejected. You might be thinking that I have applied at many places, but even my resume is not getting selected. The reason is your resume is not a balanced one. Your resume is not, you have not mentioned the skill sets what we are looking. Yesterday I was going for resume. Okay. He knows AI, ML, NLP, everything. Let me show you 1 minute. We will stop sharing and I will show you resume. It is that resume, that resume. Just give me 1 minute. I will download and I will share. That resume. I will take a screenshot and I will show you because this resume has its personal credentials as well. I'm sharing my screen. If it is visible to you guys,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I've taken the screenshot, okay, from his resume. Now, can you tell me what is the problem with this resume? This is skills, tools, work experience, and certification. Suppose you are a recruiter, you are an HR. What is the problem? Will you accept it or not?
The roles and responsibilities are not mentioned in each of the projects.
Okay, that is also good. Then
For ATL role, all the skills are mentioned of data science.
good. And can you find a balance between skills, what is mentioned here, tools, what he knows, and the work experience? He is working as a process associate, customer support, marketing engineer, and he knows all this concept. Is this possible? There is no balance at all. You're working in a customer support, right? You know all these things. First of all, how is it possible a single person can know all the skill sets?
Yeah, too many skills.
Possible at all. Too
Hmm.
many skills.
Too many
He knows
skills.
Python, machine learning, deep learning, data analysis, AI as well, he knows. Git is fine, okay. ML ops he knows, data wrangling, SQL, everything he knows. And tools, he has worked on all those things. So this totally proves that you are trying to bluff the HR or the recruiter. You are making us okay. And second thing, you're working as a customer support. There's no match at all, right? And here the certification. Two things I want to highlight. Nowadays, those who are very new or as a fresher, they think that if I have a lot of certifications in my bucket, that will help me. No, 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 no. Don't fool yourself. Certification will, a weightage of certification is only 1 or 2%. At the end of the day, you have to crack the interview. Okay. Don't think that if you have 10 certificates, they will not take interview. The interview will take interview. And first of all, you have to crack it. When certification helps, suppose 4 or 5 candidates we have selected, right? Out of 5 candidates, we have to finally select only one. Then we will check all these things, that how many certifications he has done and all this stuff. And again, nowadays, everyone is going for internship. You see, he has written internship here. This all are useless things. We don't care about this stuff. For us, you crack the interview, We will check on which project you have worked. We will ask questions on the project. If you're able to convince me, that's all. Okay. So that's why you should have a balance between what you're writing in resume. And then you will tell that my resume is not getting selected, HR is not calling me. It is because the resume is not a balanced one. A couple of days back, one more guy, he shared his resume, very poorly formatted. Now see one more thing. He has shared resume and what he has written. Resume 14 February. Is this the format? This shows that you don't have professionalism. Your resume you should write your name here. Ashok resume, Mohan resume, right? I think resume 14 February. This shows that, oh, you are not a professional. You're taking it casually. These all things matters a lot. Okay, so please take care of these things. Once a someone has shared the resume, and his resume, the format was different, the coloring code was different, and all those things. Okay, he told me that his resume was prepared by Naukri portal. They have some expert, they have prepared that. So all those are useless things. They're distracting you. And nowadays, a lot of fake gurus are also mushrooming on LinkedIn and many other platforms. They will give you assurance that I will give you a job in Pang Bang and all those things. These all are fake excuses. At the end of the day, you have to crack an interview. That's all. Okay. So fine then. Let's proceed further. So here what I was telling, like I was telling here, where is this one? I was telling here that if I will execute this query, the output is 1, 2, 3, right? Now in this 1, 2, 3, I used to ask this question that I have written here ID less than 3, right? Then how I got 3 in the output? Is this clear, guys, what I'm asking?
Yes.
Right? So can you answer it? I have written ID less than 3, then how I got 3 on the output here?
Because previously the current value is 2 and engine has incremented on the value of
But because the engine has incremented the previous value and it is 3. When it has checked this 3, then it has failed, right? Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's take a break. We'll be back at around 8:20. Okay. I will show you a few more use cases of recursive CTE. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay. So hope it is clear so far.
Yes.
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 Hope you understood the basics of recursive CTE, how it works. Okay. Now, I want to show you few more examples. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this table. All want to add one more record. Now listen very carefully, okay? Now in this customers table, we have two records. Okay. Earlier I have shown you this recursive CTE output. When in this customers table, we were having only one record. Okay. To keep the things simple. Now in this customers table, I have two records. Now we'll try to understand. Let me run this. Yes, that we have it. Understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's try to understand this. This is our query. This is the anchor query. What will be the output of this anchor query?
One and two.
Why it is not 1 and 2. Now this ID 1 and 2, it will be saved in this city, right? So in this city, you'll be having 1 and 2. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Nothing new I taught you so far. Whatever I taught, just I'm replicating it. So ID and city table will be having ID 1 and 2 because you know that this will be saved there. Right? Okay. Now, after this, your engine will execute this recursive query. This one, right? Yeah, first of all, you will execute from C. Right? From city means this table. Okay. ID is less than 3. Now, which ID? This one or this one?
First.
One first.
First one. Okay. Is this one less than 3?
Yes.
Or we will check the second one. This is also less than 3, right? They both are less than 3. Okay. So in either of this case, this condition will be true. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If this is true, then this select will be executed ID plus 1.
Yes.
Then what will be the new value of ID?
3.
3. Plus 1 is 3, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now the output is 1 to 3. And what is the current value?
3.
3. Hope it is clear so far.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear, guys?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
but we get 1 and 2 from the customer table, then why we cannot check for the 2 as well?
This condition.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. This is what I want to highlight here. Now listen carefully, everyone. In this query, this one which I executed now, where is this? This one. I got the output 1 to 3, right? Now if I will remove distinct, now check the output. What is the output?
Duplicate records are
Different,
there.
right? I have duplicate records. Now let's try to understand this, what is happening here. This is your query. This is the anchor query. This is the output of anchor query, right? Okay. Now, when we executed this query, we got this output 1, 2, 2, 3. Nothing new. Whatever I had taught, the same concept is still here. See, engine will execute the recursive query, right? This one. And in this CT, you have 1, 2, this value, correct? When the engine will execute this, it will go to from CT, first of all. From CT means this one, right? Now here the condition is ID less than 3. So which ID? This one or this one?
Both.
Both.
Oh, that's all. This is what I want to highlight here. It will check for this record and for this record. And this is not with this recursive CT. Even if you write any SQL query, you know, it scans each and every record. Correct? You know that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It will check this first condition, first record 1. Is this one less than 3?
Yes.
Yes.
This will be incremented by 1 ID plus 1. It will become 2 now. Is this 2 less than 3?
Yes.
Yes. This will be also incremented by 1. It will become 3 now. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
But
Now these 2 records are the current value. Yeah, tell me, but
sir, but after that we will check for the 2 because 2 is less than 3, then we have to display 3 again in the CT table.
I didn't get you. See, here this first record 1. Is this 1 less than 3?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So ID plus 1, you will get 2 here. Now second record 2. Is this 2 less than 3? Yes.
Yes, sir.
2 plus 1, you will get 3 here. So now these 2 are the current value.
Yes, sir.
When we are comparing 1 is less than 2, then simultaneously we have to compare 2 also, right?
1 is less than 2.
Sorry, 1 is less than 3.
You're comparing 1 less than 3.
Huh.
So for this comparison, this is true. So this will be executed. You will get ID plus 1, which is 2. Then the next record 2. 2 less than 3. Yes. So ID plus 1, 2 plus 1, you will get 3.
Okay, okay, got it.
Even if you have 1 million record, so this comparison will happen for all the million records. And for whatever records it is true, it will increment it by 1. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed further?
Yes.
Yes.
Now the engine will execute this query again from CT. Now in CT table, you have this data, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now ID less than 3. Which ID?
Current value.
This one, this 2. Is this 2 less than 3?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So ID plus 1, you will get 3 here. Correct? Got it?
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is this 3 less than 3?
No.
So condition failed here. Now the current record is
3.
this 3 only. Is this clear?
Can you repeat the last?
Sure, let me repeat. This was the current record. ID less than 3. 2 less than 3.
Yes.
Yes. So ID plus 1, you will get 2 plus 1, 3.
Mm,
Because of 2, you will get 3 here.
right.
Next record 3. Is 3 less than 3?
No.
No, right? So you derived only this 3. So it will be placed here.
Mhm.
Now this is the latest record on the current record. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
Is this clear, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what is the current value?
3.
3. Now again, you will run this recursive query. Is this 3 less than 3?
No.
No.
No. Condition has failed. It will break the loop. It will come here. Select ID from CT. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 you have in CT. This will be the output. Hope it is clear, guys.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood it,
Yes.
right? Okay. So that's all. Okay, one more thing I have to explain. So far you understood, right, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now if I will write here in this query, if I will write employee ID, what will be the output?
There's no employee ID column in CT, right?
In this CT, do you have employee ID here?
No.
No.
No, sir.
Will execute this will throw error message, right?
Yes, sir.
I told that employee ID column is not present in CT. That's why it is throwing error message. Fine. I will write employee ID here. Now it should work or not? Now do you think it should work? Let me run this. Now it is throwing ID invalid identifier.
In the select clause, select ID from customer, there should be employee ID.
In table we have a
Line
ID,
number 35.
not employee.
35. Okay, let me check line number 35. It is working. is working correctly. I'm executing this query. It is throwing error message. Please help me to understand what is the issue here.
The line number 37, select ID plus 1 should be employee ID plus 1.
Where employee ID is
Oh,
greater
yeah, I
than
did.
In current table only there is no employee ID column. So we will have to insert
Okay.
employee ID column in parents.
Okay. Okay. So this line number 37 is recursive query,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
In recursive query, you will execute this first of all from city, right?
Hmm.
After from city, which keyword you will execute?
Where
Where? Where which column you have used?
ID?
Do you have ID present in the city table?
No.
Here,
No, sir.
is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm running this. Still, it is showing error message. Okay. After where, your engine will go to this, right? Correct now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are telling to increment ID from which table? CT
CT.
table. In CT table, do you have ID?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You have employee ID, right?
Hmm.
You have to write here employee ID, no?
Yes, sir.
Let me remove this one. Okay. Executing it. Got the output?
Yes, sir.
In all these queries, where is that as which I have written? Ignore that as is not required. Okay, that is a different use case. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, why I have shown this example? Generally, there is a misconception. Few candidates they think that whatever is written here, the same should be written here. Okay, but there is no such rule. Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You all understood what I'm telling here? There is no such rule that the column which is written here, the same column has to be written within CT. No, there is no such rule. You can write another column as this is allowed. Okay. Fine. Do you have any question?
Can we have like rename multiple columns? Like for example, like we change the ID to EMP ID. If we have multiple columns, can we change them like in the same manner?
Multiple columns. Yes, you can change it. That is what I'm highlighting here. In this CT, you can write the column name whatever you want, your wish. But the same you should refer in this query because this query is referring your CT, right?
So like, should we like match the order? Like for example, if we in a first we
Order
have
is important.
okay.
Yes, order is important throughout SQL. Not only here, if you remember when I was teaching you set operators, there as well I have shown that order of sequence of column is important, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question? No.
No, sir.
Now I will share few assignment questions on recursive CT. Although the use of recursive CT is very limited and rarely you will get any question in interview from recursive CT. But sometime if you are applying for some data analyst or data science job profile, they can ask question from recursive CT. Even then you should know this, and I hope you all have understood how it is working, right? I will share few assignment questions on this, so you work on it and maybe we can discuss. Okay, and I will share all the recordings which we have taken in that off session. You also understand many stuff from there. Okay. Any other thing I have to cover in recursive CT? Okay, one more thing. It is mandatory to always increment by 1.
No, sir.
No.
Oh, your wish. You can increment by 2, you can increment by 3, you can increment by 4, your wish. Or if you want to decrease, you can do that as well. You can do anything. If you want to multiply, you can multiply as well. So just a simple example of addition I have shown that you can add it. Okay. So your recursive CTE is over. Level is over. But I will share we have 3-4 recordings. I will share that. Actually, in those recordings, we are covering the questions based on the recursive CTE. We'll go to that. Okay. So now we are left with this DDL, DML, DCL, and all these things. Fine. So now I will cover the remaining topics when you guys are available. This is important pivot. These are all the simple things. This will take hardly 10 to 15 minutes. Watermark is also simple. This is important pivot function. So shall we plan this Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys available? The one class is sufficient. So I should be available. Okay. We will continue this on Saturday. We'll
So
finish
same
it
time?
off. Time will be almost same, 7 to 9 or maybe. Oh, I have another batch Saturday. Let's keep it 8 to 10. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Fine. We'll stop here. We'll
Like,
connect next week. Sorry, this week Saturday. Oh yeah.
Like do we also like cover date functions?
Date functions is not in my course curriculum. Okay, but why I don't? Like yesterday, Priyanshi has also asked about replace function.
Yes, sir. I mean,
See,
the
those-
discussion was going in the alumni group about the replace function.
Like there are many ready-made functions like replace is there, then translate is there. Okay, these all are like simple and straightforward. So that's why we have not added this. I focus on more on the conceptual topics which have some in detail concepts. These are very simple. Replace means it will replace anything to a new value. And then you have translate. Okay. So these things are simple. Maybe if you want, we can discuss it. But like this, we'll find few other topics as well, which are straightforward. Then date functions is not in my course. Because again, date functions are very straightforward. Okay, even if you will check it from somewhere, you understand how it is working. But many students, they have suggested me from previous batch as well for the date function. So I'm planning to start an ad hoc session in that alumni group. I'll take few sessions. We'll cover. Okay.
Because in my Dream 11 interview, like they gave me 7 questions on HackerRank. Like the date function was like pretty much used on medium to tough level questions.
Okay. Any other question, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine then, guys. We will connect this Saturday. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Tanvi.
sir.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.